Are you just keeping the gloss out of frame the entire time?
Yeah.
Such a nice ball. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of SpinZone Picks. I'm your host, Dougie Buckets, here with my co-host, Cheno.
Buckets.
Cheno, how we doing, buddy?
I couldn't be better. Actually, no, I couldn't be worse. This week sucks. The Ravens lost. It's fucking negative 12 out. There's 6 inches of snow on the ground, but it's gonna warm up, and we're gonna get after it.
Not only all of that has happened to you, we just had no fucking idea that this tournament started on a Wednesday. Who starts a fucking tournament on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're going through it with the Ravens. That stinks. I will say this. I almost went to a thrift store today to buy a Bills hat, but I did not because I felt bad.
That would have been rude. That would have been rude. No, it's been a tough week. On Sunday, the Ravens lost in a nail biter to the Buffalo Bills, and then on Monday I got absolutely T-boned by a foreigner, and it was brutal. So we're going through it right now, but we're gonna come out the other side better, and we're gonna win all of our picks this week.
Buckets camp is going great. If anybody's wondering, hired Mike Rabel.
True.
Josh McDaniels is back. That's kind of chill.
Yeah.
And
Getting the band back together.
Yeah. Only downside, I broke my driver. Yes.
Did you?
That's
Did you?
Yeah,
How'd you do that?
Dude, I smashed a drive. Absolutely smashed it. 320 over a tree, over water. And then I look down and I go, oh, fuck, the face popped out.
Is it a TaylorMade?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Stealths were having that problem where the face would pop out?
That's what it was, a Stealth. So I'm hoping because it's right at the mark. It is. They came out in February 2023. So I put in my warranty thing now, and it's 2 years. So hopefully I get the QI10 for free.
Yeah, no, I mean, if not, you'll at least get a replacement for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit. So what we're gonna do on the pod is we're gonna do a little 8-hole roundup each week. We're just going with the flow, right? We don't every week something different. We're learning things about ourselves, about the pod. So so I think we're gonna do a little 8-hole roundup, 8 different segments. Some of them are golf, some of them are not golf, and we'll, one week it might be 6 holes, one week it might be 12. So we'll go from there. So I think. First, let's talk about last week's picks. All right, Sung J M, he didn't even sniff the cut, let alone sniff the top 10.
My favorite.
I had Will Zalatoris. He just missed top 10. I think he was T12 at what was that? He was T12 at -17, and then your winner, Sepp Straka, was your winner at the Amex Championship. Let's see. Any thoughts on last week? Did you watch any of it? Probably not.
I'm a caddy. We don't get to watch a lot of golf. I mean, that's really not an excuse this week because it's in Hawaii and it's on late, but I also don't have cable. So you got a double whammy there.
All right.
But I do like checking on the leaderboard, and the second I saw Sanjay M just at the bottom of the barrel, I started cracking up. I'm like, motherfucker. And then the thing that pissed me off the most is the guys I picked last week. They were up at the top. Joel Damon.
Yeah, I saw that. He's hot.
Henry Higgs. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you guys, I'm cursed.
Yeah, Joel Damon's hot right now. I mean, I know since we are a day late to this tournament, I think he's actually we'll get to this tournament, but he's doing well in this tournament too. Yeah, I know. And going down the leaderboard a little bit, you got people who are playing really, really good golf. Justin Thomas played really well in solo second. Jason Day was tied for third. Patrick Cantlay, T5, and then Max Grazerman. I told you, he's this up-and-comer, Max Grazerman, T7. And then the Nick Taylor, who was the champion in the prior week, also had a good showing. So I thought it was a pretty good leaderboard. We were talking about it before we started pressing record, but these tournaments are having trouble with the leaderboards. I mean, there's a lot of nobodies at the top. None of the big names are playing. What do you think about that?
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you got half the generational talents on LIV, and you got half the generational talents on PGA. Like, nothing is going to come out of – like, they're both going to suck. Yeah, like, LIV got a deal with Fox. That's amazing. Yeah. Now it kind of pushes competition, like real competition for the PGA to be like, fuck, we got to strike a deal. But this is just what we're going to get. We're going to have boring golf on the PGA. We're going to have over-the-top golf, like not performance-wise, but with the music and shit on that side. And you're just like, these are both fucking products I don't want to watch. But if you combine them like
Right.
it was, maybe I'd fucking watch it.
And that's why the majors are just so enticing, because you don't see these guys play together week in and week out, but when they do get together, it's an absolute shootout, and you see all the cream rise to the top. So it's been great, but it's been a real drag in these leading weeks, which I used to love. I used to love watching the Century. It would be cold as shit in the Northeast, and you'd turn on your TV, you'd have Hawaii, and you'd have all the best players in the world showing up. And you said something interesting there about Liv going to Fox. I want to touch on that. I think that's a big step for them, right? I'm not a huge Liv person. I've never turned it on, but what I have followed are the players themselves, right? They all have the capabilities to go on YouTube and to grow their brands, and I think them going to Fox is only going to grow that. But hopefully they find a way to get together more often than just 4 times a year.
I think they should. I mean, even if we can't come together as like two, like make it one unified league again, at least make more tournaments where they're playing against each other. Have PGA guys be able to come over and compete at live events. Have live guys be able to come over and compete in PGA Tour events again. Like, do that, because without that, both products are borderline. Like, if you don't have like some really stacked leaderboards, it's not really fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's going to happen. I think they've put together like 12 different frameworks of how it's going to happen. I don't even believe in them anymore, but I think the end goal would be if we can get all of them the ability to go play over there, and all of them the ability to go play over there, and just mix and match whoever wants to play wherever.
These guys, they just got to do the math. I mean, we're math experts on the show. If
we
they
are.
did the math, maybe we'd have a good product to watch, but they're not doing math. It's a fact.
Absolutely. All right, that was hole number 1. It was a decent tournament last week. I'd say that Sepp kind of went running away with it. So let's move on to hole number 2, and that's your segment you came up with, and I'm still confused, but we're gonna just roll with it.
This is a good segment. I think it is. It's
all right.
Golf or, and so I'm gonna say a name of a golfer, and you're gonna tell me if you'd rather go golf with them or something else. And if it is something else, I want you to tell me what it is. So
all right, hit me.
First guy on the list, Bryson DeChambeau.
I think I'd rather golf with him. He's a golf nut. I mean, hitting. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to hit over his house and possibly break a window. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go play 18 holes with him because he would probably talk my ear off. But
way too much.
I would love to hang out at his house and hit a couple balls over and see if we can make a hole in one.
So I don't know if this counts, but I think I would take a fitness lesson with him, just to be like, how do you swing so fast? Like, so golf related, but I wouldn't play a full round with him. It would just be embarrassing. He'd be driving it way past me. I'd feel inferior. It would suck. The entire thing would suck.
Okay, next.
Okay, next one, Justin Thomas.
He's a guy's guy. He's our age. Went to Alabama. Talk a bunch of ball with him. Talk some football. I think I'd play 18 holes, 4 hours. Why not?
Yeah, I'm with you. JT, and to be honest, I'm not the biggest JT guy, but I don't know what he does outside of golf, and I'm like,
right.
I feel like it would just be awkward. It'd be very awkward. This one's interesting.
Okay.
Again, kind of on the lines of, but Brooks Koepka. Right? Told you, interesting.
Brooks is a boat guy, I think. He likes a day on the boat. I think I'd rather just chop it up with him and go have a beer on the boat. I think he's like the type of guy that shows up to a tournament and you don't even know if he wants to be there, but he just somehow wins majors and walks away. So I think I don't think he wants to play golf. So I don't really want to play golf with him.
No, I'm with you. I'm going to go hang out with Brooks and do whatever he wants. If he's like, hey, you want to go get wasted at a Panthers game? I'd be like, yeah. Dude, absolutely. Seems like a bro, though. And I'm gonna one more. No, we'll do 2 more because these ones are good. 2 more. Shane Lowry. That's a tough one. This is a tough one.
All right, 9 holes in Dublin, and then just hit the pubs. And then just hit we can't do 18 would be too much because I don't know how much we have in common, but 9 holes and then hit the pubs.
Yeah, but I would think that there needed to be a lot of drinking in that 9 holes to prepare for said pubs. I like that answer, and I think I'd go pretty similar. I think I would, if I had to choose, I would just choose the pubs with Shane Lowry in Ireland because he's a fucking legend there.
Yep.
And the last one, my favorite one, the reason why I came up with this segment.
Okay.
Our guy, Brandon Todd.
Oh my God, he is our guy.
He's our guy.
Really quick side note. Do you remember driving down 95, just absolutely hungover from whatever trip we were on? We have the PGA Championship in the glove or in the middle console. We're watching. We're driving down the road. We just got kicked out of that New York house. And you are just raving about Brendan Todd because you just love Brendan Todd. Again, I'd probably just play golf with him because he wouldn't say anything, and it would just be like another day out on the course, and he'd happen to shoot 65.
I'm in the opposite boat. I don't care what Brandon Todd wants. I don't care if he's like, I just want to go do groceries. I just want to see Brandon Todd be Brandon Todd, just todding around. I want to see how much of a Todd he really is. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Walks like a Todd, talks like a Todd. He's a Todd.
He's a Todd.
All right, I think that was a pretty cool segment. I don't know if
that's
we'll do it again.
You know what? You redeemed yourself because before we started, I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about?
Right? That's a good segment.
All right, so it's a good lead into hole number 3, and we're just calling this. This is really simple. This will be just a speed round, short par 3. We'll call it hole number 3, and that is who are your favorite and least favorite players to watch right now? Give me 3 favorites and 3 least favorite players to watch.
3. Let me just start with one. Let me just start with one favorite, and I think it's because it's sort of like a comeback sort of thing. Is Jason Day.
Okay.
I like how everyone was shitting on him, and when he was in that Masters wearing the Malbon stuff, and Malbon's kind of got that in your face sort of look, but I don't know, to see that guy where he was, and then to like battle through that vertigo, and then to come back, and now he's playing nasty. I love a story like that, and he just seems like a cool dude. Aussie bro, he's the man.
Did you see what he was wearing today? He's wearing like a full sweatsuit. It was great. I'm like, we should normalize this. More sweatsuits.
I agree. If I could wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt to golf, it would make it way better.
Absolutely. All right. Give me a couple more, or a couple more favorites, and then a couple you're just like, this is a pain.
I think you're gonna pick this one. But JT's being fun to watch. He's doing that thing. He's doing that thing where he won a major doing it, where he's just like kind of like lurking. He's lurking, and all of a sudden the last day just starts shooting. I love a guy like that because you don't see it in golf ever. You know, it's either guys playing consistently well, and then all of a sudden he's winning the tournament. Or JT just sometimes comes out of fucking nowhere. He's just like, whoa, here he comes.
Yeah,
and that's why I like him. I don't know who's my third favorite. Let's see, third.
All right.
Favorite.
Well, how about people when they come on your TV, you're like, this fucking sucks.
I don't see him enough on TV, but I'm not a big Homa guy. I'm not a big Homa.
Really? He was going to be on my favorites.
Really? Is he playing good?
It's not about him playing good. I just like guys who show emotion, who talk to their caddy. There's some good caddy player conversations, and we'll get to my list here in a second. But yeah, no. But hey, your list is your list. Anybody else?
Max has got to win me over. He can't just hop on our podcast and all of a sudden we're best buddies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't have that. He's gone on every single fucking podcast. Like, chill out, bro. Why not ours? But last guy that I don't friggin' like. Oh, honestly, Sanjay M pissed me the fuck off. Like to be nasty and then to just dump off the planet. I hated that. That was so annoying.
Okay. All right. So here, I'll give you a couple. So what I look for is, like I said, I like people who show emotion, animated, willing to talk to the media, people who are making 50-footers but also missing 3-footers, and I love people like that. So I agree. I think Justin Thomas is like that. I think Max Homa is like that. I think Jordan Spieth is like that. I mean, when Jordan Spieth and Michael Greller are talking on the golf course, it's enthralling because they're usually yelling at each other, and it's kind of like like a lot of these guys have no personality, and when you see people talking to their caddies, and caddies are, you know, Bones and Phil come to mind, right? Phil's incredible to watch. He's driving it in the trees, and he's somehow making birdie. Those are the type of people that you want to see. Watching Patrick Cantlay's like watching paint dry. He's like a little goat in the pasture, just walking down the fairway.
He's just not our guy. He will never be our guy. Now, if Patrick Cantlay said, I'll come on the podcast to plead my case, I'm saying no. I'm saying no. Saying no. No, even though we got like 3 fans, absolutely not. Anti-Patrick Cantlay podcast.
Okay, and then who else do I not like to watch? I don't know. And then people that like, you know, who actually I love when Dustin Johnson gets that swag walk going. It's pretty incredible. So anyway, that was a short little segment.
You know what I like about this segment? It kind of reminds me of us too, where like you play golf as like a stonewall motherfucker, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, and I play golf like that erratic Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, when I'm like all chaotic. And it's weird because I like the Stonewall guys. I like the Brookses. I like the DJs who are just like locked in, hit a shot, move on, and you love the chaotic guys. It's really weird how golf works like that.
I remember when we got to the 18th hole last time you were in Maryland, and Tyler, one of my buddies, looked at you and said, "You are the worst good golfer I've ever seen in my entire life." Because you once you lose it, you lose it.
See you later. Bye bye.
All right, hole number 4, and we're just chopping it up. Give me some of your favorite courses you've ever played.
Oh, by far, one of the top courses I've ever played in my life, and I don't even know how I got a chance to play this, was Albany in the Bahamas.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, that was cool. So this was during the Lynx days where I was doing all that.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing an event for that crypto company that went under with Sam Bankman-Fried or some shit.
Yeah, like RTA. It was something
FTX or something like that.
FTX, yeah.
Yeah, is that what it was? So they flew me to the Bahamas to just sit on the first tee and just talk about the NFT, and then all of a sudden I'm like, nobody's coming through. I'm going to go play. So I went and played Albany. And then our plane leaves at 11 the next day. And the guy's like, "Hey, do you guys want to come play here before your flight?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So we're the only people on the golf course. It's a maintenance day. It's sunrise. Catch it out there. It's awesome. You hit it. The fairways are wide open, but if you miss, it's tight, packed sand. So it's impossible. You have to hit it, pick it so clean. It was such a fun course to play. That's when I sucked too.
And then you also played Sabonic this year. That looked incredible.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sabonic is the vibes capital of the world. I mean, you go there, and it's very well maintained. But you just step on property, you just feel the vibe. It's cocktails in hand, caddies. Yeah. You're drinking, caddies are drinking. The caddies are on point there. I actually had my buddy Elliot on the bag. Went out, shot 78 at sunset. I mean, that place is incredible. The last 3 holes overlook the bay on Long Island, and it's so sick.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so I was thinking about mine. I was thinking about some of my favorite courses, and I'm going to group a group of 3 courses together, and that's all the Sea Pines courses, right? So obviously you got Harbor Town where they always play the Heritage. I absolutely love that course, but even their courses that are underneath them, it's a 3-course property. They have Heron, Atlantic Dunes and Heron Point. Those are amazing courses looking over the Calabogie Sound. It's the same thing. You'll see Jim Furyk out there practicing. You'll see all these people out there practicing who, just on the layman's range, and cocktail in hand. There's just great vibes all the way around. And then there's this. I'm going to give a shout out to this small course in Virginia in the Shenandoah Valley. It's called Shenandoah. I play a tournament there every year with a group of 40 guys. So. We go out there, and it's a short course. It's probably 5,600 yards, 5,700 yards, but it is up and down the mountainscapes. It's absolutely beautiful. So those are some that I frequent that I like a lot.
South Carolina is so underrated for golf. I mean, you got all of Kiowa Island. Even the Charleston Municipal Course is awesome. The city dumped $3.4 million into it and renovated the entire thing. The greens are absolute lightning for a public course.
Yeah.
I mean, South Carolina just has everything you want. It'll have elevation, it'll have rolling hills, it'll have blind shots. You wouldn't think about it because it's called the low country. They'd be low and flat, but no, it's low and fucking bumpy and rolly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love playing golf there.
All right, moving on to hole number 5. Just some quick thoughts on TGL. It's been a hot topic of conversation. Any thoughts that come to mind? Is it something that you're interested in? Do you think it's corny? Do you think it's good for the game? Just tell me what you think.
I'm as a caddy, I'm getting a lot of mixed reviews on it. It's some people love it, some people hate it. I don't hate it, but it's kind of they're trying to be live. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's owners of teams, and there's
It's a mini live tour. What? I don't know. I guess it's sort of embracing what they do, but I just don't think I don't personally think it's necessary. I think they should have just scrapped that until we got the boys back together, because I think that could be good if we had solid product on both sides, or one solid product.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I heard this week, if they got a group of live guys, if they got Bryson, Brooks, DJ, Rom, and they put them on a team, and they said, all right, now you're going to show up unannounced to the TGL, and you're going to play one of those teams in a match, they'd get so many eyeballs, because it would be
100%.
But it's one of those things where I think it's good for the game, right? I think it gets, it's on ESPN. You got a bunch of little kids watching it. You got families watching it. It's great. It's going to get more eyeballs than to the PGA Tour. But I've watched 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and it's been a bunch of blowouts. Kevin Kisner's making a fool out of himself, like boning bunker shots over the green. He's horrible now. So it's been Tiger played terrible. Justin Thomas played great.
So done with the Tiger thing. Like, yeah, it was cool. It was awesome what he did. It's like a wrestler that's like trying to hang on too long. You know what I mean? It's like Ric Flair back in the day when you're like, dude, you're way too old to be doing this.
Right.
Like, just hang it up. Like,
just hang it up.
You don't need to be doing it. Just go build some awesome golf courses like Payne Valley. Like, we're very thankful to have gotten to watch your greatness. Now it's done. It's done. Imagine he goes off and wins a fucking Master, and then we play this back, but he's not gonna. Not gonna.
He can't even walk. There's a reason why he's playing in a simulator. All right, now we don't have to spend too long on that. All right, let's talk a little football. All right, it's football time of year. It's playoff football. Your Patriots are they're making a comeback, but we're not worried about that. The Ravens, we're not worried about them either. We got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be an instant classic like it always is. The line is KC -2, over-unders 47.5. And then we have the Washington Commanders out of the left field playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly is 6-point favorites, and the over/under is also 47.5. Any thoughts this week? Give me a quick pick. Who do you see? Who's your Super Bowl matchup, and who do you think's going to win?
Do you want the one I want, or do you want the logical one? The one I want really bad is I want Buffalo Commanders. I feel like everybody sort of wants Buffalo Commanders.
That would be good.
I mean, I'm a part of my take fan. You're a part of my take fan. Like, it would be very cool to see how crazy PFT goes if they went to the Super Bowl, and how devastated Max would be. Would kind of be great podcasting. But I do believe in the Bills. I think they're going to beat Kansas City.
Yeah, they already did once this year. I don't think Kansas City is what they were in the past. I think obviously they're incredible and they get all the calls, but they are. You can tell they have a couple of flaws. Mahomes is getting hit all the time. The O-line's not holding up. But no, I think you're right. I think if the Bills if the Bills don't win this one, let's put it this way: if the Bills don't win this one, they're in trouble, because the Chiefs are going to reload. They're gonna keep doing it, and it's gonna become a thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the Bills do if they lose again. I mean, it's just. But the thing is, fuck me. It depends on how they lose. If they lose to some bullshit call, then the Chiefs just have black. They do have the black magic. I mean, there's nothing. You can't beat that. But if they just like straight up lose, they get blown out, which I don't think they will. But if they lose, yeah, they're fucked, because.
Right.
Like, everyone's gonna be like, fire McDermott, and it's like, how you gonna fire the guy that's brought you to all these fucking AFC championships? And I don't know.
They're not gonna fire him, but it's just like, man, Mahomes has your number. I mean, and don't get me wrong, right? I'm a Baltimore fan, and Mahomes has our number too. But at the end of the day, somebody at this point, I'm just rooting for anyone. Just somebody, please dethrone them, because I'm tired of it.
I've been talking about this on the golf course. I'm like, doesn't it feel like a little bit kind of like Avengers Infinity Wars, where like there's a bunch of battles going on, all the superheroes are kind of tied up, they're doing their thing, and all of a sudden fucking Thanos of the Kansas City Chiefs come and snap their fingers. Look who's got another Super Bowl ring, and fucking snap.
It's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. If I see Andy Reid's mustache on my TV one more time, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
Is this what it was like? Is this what it was like when we were good? This is exactly what it was like? It sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It's absolutely really, fucking brutal, dude. It's absolutely
really shitty.
Brutal. The difference is that the Patriots had these little spurts, right? Like they won a couple, then the Steelers came in, and then the Colts came in, the Ravens came in, like all these teams came in, and then Tom Brady would get back to the mountaintop, and then they would just do this.
Yeah.
And they did it for 20 years, but the Chiefs have just been like, I feel like I've been watching the same story it's Groundhog Day every fucking year. It's brutal. So anyway, all right, let's go over to the NFC real quick. We got the Commanders and the Eagles, and I'll start here. I am watching Jaden Daniels is incredible. He's throwing ropes. He's got, besides Terry McLaurin, he's got a bunch of guys off the street playing wide receiver, De'Ami Brown, and this guy and that guy, and it's just been like, He's just dealing it. It's been fun to watch. That game against Detroit last week, where it was, I mean, I think they had an absurd. In the second quarter, they broke the record for the most points scored in a quarter. It was absolutely incredible. I'm sitting at the bar with Melissa and Megan, and they're they watch football casually, but they'll watch the Ravens. But even they were like, "This is an incredible game." It was a track meet.
Yeah, he makes games fun. He really does. He's got everything in the bag already as a rookie to be a generational quarterback. Like now it's just like maintaining health. Like that's it. As long as he stays healthy, he's always gonna have the Commanders in it. And then I think, and like it said, like they don't have a lot of pressure on their shoulders. They're playing free. No one expected them to be this good, and I feel like that's a good place for a team to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You just walk into a game and you're like, who cares if we win or lose? Let's go play our best ball and see what the fuck happens.
Right,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I think, and so if I had to give my pick, I do think the Chiefs beat the Bills. I think it's tough to beat Mahomes twice in a season, but I think the Commanders pull out an upset against Philly. I know Philly's favored by 6. I think Commanders +6 is an absolute lock, and my locks have been shit this year. So, and shout out to Rich McCarthy. I owe him $100. So, but he'll get paid after the Super Bowl. I won't admit defeat yet. I'll try and woo him into like a double or nothing something in the Super Bowl.
I love that. Get that going.
Yeah,
we'll have if you can pull that off, we get Rich on the podcast to talk about what that bet is.
Okay.
And you guys negotiate it on the podcast.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so yeah, I think the Commanders pull an upset, and I think it's Commanders Chiefs. New guard versus old guard, and we'll see what happens. So
that's cool. That's way cooler than mine. Bills Commanders. Yeah. Wow. You think the Chiefs are gonna pull one out? Fuck.
I don't know, man. In January, Kelsey comes alive. Mahomes gets all the calls. It's tough to beat.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to why we're here, right? Which is the Farmers Insurance Open, I think it's called. Farmers Insurance Open. So we're late, right? It started
We're
today.
way late, dude.
So
we're round late.
So if I was really going out on a limb, I would say I think Ludwig Aberg's going to win.
Wow.
Right.
Whoa.
But I'm not going to do
that.
What
a take.
We're not going to do that. I made a couple picks this morning before the tournament started, so I'm going to pull them up and I'm going to prove it to you, okay? But
did you know that this was happening? Because I had no fucking idea.
This morning I woke up and I got a notification. Like I have PGA Tour app and I
gotta get notifications. I gotta be if I'm.
And it was like because I have like a couple people favorited, like all the top 15 or 20 players, and it was like so and so is about to tee off, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So let's preview it real quick. Xander Schauffele, WD. Scotty Scheffler has glass in his hand. Zalatoris, WD. I don't know, a bunch of other players. Nobody showed up, basically. This is one of their premier events at one of the premier golf courses in the world, one of the best tour stops, right? Torrey Pines was Tiger Woods' bitch for like 20 years. He showed up here and won 1,000,000 times. And the way they do it is they break it into 2 courses for Thursday, Friday. They do North Course and South Course.
Yep.
The South Course is a hell of a lot harder than the North Course, so you kind of get a taste of both. And then for the weekend, they just play the South Course to finish it out. So although Ludwig is winning by a good margin on day one, they're going to have to switch courses, and then everybody else will get a chance to kind of go chase on that North Course. Any thoughts on Torrey Pines? So Torrey Pines is a public track. You can actually go out there and pay like a non-resident fee of like $180, and if you do live there, I think it's super cheap. I think it's like $40. So
really,
it's a pretty cool. I've heard it's pretty cool. There's those paragliders. If you watch it on TV,
that's always neat. Yeah. I don't. I mean, to be honest, it's funny. Out of all the big courses, Pebble, Pinehurst, like all the big like signature places they play golf, I think I know the least about Torrey Pines. I really don't have anything to say about it, except that the only thing I can think about was when Bob Does Sports tricked Joey Go-Karts into thinking they were going to go play there, and they played the shittiest golf course in the world. That's that's where I saw Torrey Pines for the first time. I was like, oh, what is this place? This is pretty sick.
Yeah, no, it's you know why it's like that is because there's no holes you can point out and be like that's a signature hole, right? I mean,
really,
Yeah, every hole is long, straight, and thick rough on the sides, right? Like tiny fairways, no trees, no water hazards. It's just long, straight fairways with with thick rough on the sides. Dogleg, there's nothing significant about the course itself, but it always brings the cream of the crop players to the top, and I think that's why it's been such a premier tour stop. But
yeah, look at that, like Zach, even like guys like the old school guys like Zach Johnson, he's fucking in the mix right now, which is I mean, I don't think that'll last. He's old as shit, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I was looking at Data Golf this week, and while we were preparing for this, before we found out that we were late, is that there's some weird people who play well here. Like Brandt Snedeker is the best player in the world when he plays here, and like there's like a bunch of weird shit like that where it's like these guys just know their way around, and it is like John Rahm before he left, he won a U.S. Open here, right? He's from San Diego. They just know their course. But going down since we are late today. We'll go down who's lurking right now, and then we'll just talk about who we think can make a run here. So I think we got Ludwig Aberg at, is it Aberg? I don't know.
I say Aberg, and I think you're right with Aberg.
Yeah, I think it's like I hear people say Oberg, but I think it's Aberg.
Aberg sounds like a Baltimore twist on Aberg.
Right, exactly.
Aberg.
No, today I texted my buddies and I said, hey, good news on this shitty week. The Orioles' first game, spring training, 30 days.
Okay.
So I'm just tired of football. Let's see. So Ludwig's he's got a 2-shot lead over someone named D. Walker. Couldn't tell you who Danny Walker is. You could have paid me $10 million. I wouldn't be able to tell you who Danny Walker is.
Sick name, though. Not like Danny. D-A-N-N-Y. It's not Daniel. It's not Dan. It's Danny. That's
Danny
awesome.
Walker. You got Hayden Springer, Lonto Griffin, Pot Guider, Zach Blair, who opened a sick course down in South Carolina called the Tree Farm.
Oh, I was just talking to someone about that. That place is fucking nasty, huh?
Yeah, he's a like a savant when it comes to architecture. And then you got Zach Johnson, and then after that, it's a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah,
so,
there's nobody in this tournament. That's fucking crazy. Even
you got
Tony's
Wes
down
Bryan.
there, but
You got Wesley Bryan, YouTuber Wesley Bryan at T18. So yeah, anyway, I think the best way to go about this, right, is if it's not Aberg, who's it going to be?
Yeah, I agree with you. You want to go first or me? I got a guy in mind.
I'll go first, sure.
All right.
So I think Hideki's lurking. He's playing some great golf right now. Oh, my bad.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I'll pick 3 guys, and I won't pick all the good ones. You can have some of the good ones. So Hideki played the South course today, so he already played the tough course, and he's 4 under. So I like Hideki. He's going to go in the north tomorrow and absolutely eat. And then I'm going to take a guy kind of toward the bottom. It's Mav McNeely. He played the north course today. He's 2 under. He's T49. He should make the cut if he can put something together tomorrow. He plays really well out here. So I think those are guys that I could see rising up the board. What do you think?
The one guy I see, and he's not that far off, so it's not that crazy to say, but I like that Lanto Griffin guy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm going straight off of vibes. Don't really know him, I'm thinking Griffin, Gryffindor, best house in Hogwarts.
Love that.
Yeah, Lingavium Leviosa, you know what I mean, dude? What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
And let's see, the next guy I wrote down. I'm gonna go, this might be clip farming a little bit, because I am also an aspiring YouTube golfer. We're going to go with our guy, Wes.
Okay.
It's this just in, Wes Bryan, official, he's a guy of SpinZone.
Okay, love that.
I'm just going to go, and then the last one, Luke List. Luke List.
Okay, he bombs it.
Yeah, Luke List.
Bomber.
2 L's. Turns into a W.
WL. Turn it into a W.
That's right. That was pretty good.
That was good. You like that?
That was pretty good.
All right. So wrapping up, close out this week's pod. I think. Tell me a little bit about what you got on the dock coming off the hot off the press this week. Hot off the press.
We got the British caddies are coming. It's an interview with 4 British caddies, and we just talk shit about everything, all of their stories about caddying over there, basically dropping everything in their lives to come caddy here. It's pretty good, and that's actually where I met golf coach Andy. Mm-hmm. And we got Golf School 2 coming out, and what else do we have?
Did you and Pete play a shitty round the other day?
Yeah, hot off the press. 86. It was a sad 86. It was a bad 86. But I didn't have a driver. I didn't have the driver after 4 holes. So 86 from the tips, no driver. Not terrible. I hit the ball okay. It's just swing changes, man. It's hard. It's really hard to like not think about the fucking drills you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Try to get that out of your head and just be like, swing the club. You know what you're doing. And then the last thing I got filmed, which I think is my best interview so far, is I interviewed the assistant superintendent of the course I work at now. And dude, I had no idea what they did. I had no idea how much goes into being in this, like a superintendent, an assistant superintendent at a golf club. It's insane.
Yeah.
So a lot of good questions. He's the man. So 4 videos filmed. Buckets Media, Tip Your Caddy Media is going strong right now.
Great. Like and subscribe. Everybody go like the videos. Go subscribe to the videos. I never thought I'd say that. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
And just think about it. We'll be sipping cocktails in Cabo 3 years from now doing our podcast covering why John Rahm stays here in the off season.
All right, Buckets. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it right there. And hey, next week we got Pebble Beach on the docket. I'm super excited. It's my favorite tournament of the year. It's a low key tournament, but it's a signature event. All the best players show up, so I'm super excited about it. And we'll be back next week.
Pebble Beach next week. SpinZone Picks. We did it. Day late, buck short. Let's go.
Let's go.
See you, Chen.
See you, bud.
Stop.